Before we get to the newest episode of Granted Radio, I just wanted to give you a quick reminder to use the code GR10OFF, that's GR10OFF, for 10% off of your purchase at cbd-online-store.com.
Cry, 'cause you can't imagine you dying and you're gone away, yeah. You're gone away, yeah. Broken into lies, life and souls compromised. Everyone wanted you back, but you couldn't unshackle from the black.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for voting us 2018's Best Podcast by OC Weekly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw, we got a nice little,
Oh my god.
nice little
Isn't that
sign here.
nice?
It's amazing.
Your voting and continued support means the world to us, and we are so thankful for all of you. And if you're listening right now and you subscribe to the show, that means even more, and we really appreciate you. I am one of the hosts of an award-winning podcast, Alex Elespuru, and I'm joined by one of the hosts of an award-winning podcast, Alaeddin.
What's up, everybody?
And also joining me is the host of an award-winning podcast.
Yes,
I just
winner.
want to
Winning.
really drive that point home.
And the award. I mean, it could have been like some basement dudes like awards.
Right.
Right, it's OC Weekly.
Right, OC Weekly. Hazim Alaeddin is here with us as
Yes,
well.
hello,
Yeah.
hello, thank you.
And today we are joined by a band with maybe the coolest name I've ever heard.
Absolutely, guys.
Sick Mystic. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really
What up,
appreciate
what up?
it.
What's up, guys?
You're welcome. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to be on the greatest podcast in the world right now.
Award-winning.
Oh, we like you.
Award winning. So it's an honor.
So how'd you guys come up with the name?
That's funny.
We made a list of like, or I am a control free crazy person. I made a list of like
All right, come up with 5 names.
300 names, and then was like vote, and then Sam just said Sick Mystic one day, and then I'm like, okay, we're good with that. you
What
know?
was it up against?
I have no idea.
Like
a
thousand names.
thousand
So
just
many.
like random names of
Yeah, shit that we put way too much thought into. It's
That's
just
what happens.
obvious
Yeah.
and shit, you know what I mean?
Losing sleep over it.
And then
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
came up with that, and we were just like, God damn, that's sick. And then Juliana, Ethan's girlfriend, was just like, kind of sounds like Limp Bizkit.
and then I'm like, no, it doesn't. And then it's like, suck my stick. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, you know,
Or Dick
mixistic.
Ballistic.
Yeah, I don't know. It's.
Suck my stick.
Anyways,
That's what we're. That's gonna be our other name when we play. Like when we get really big and we
Yeah.
have to play small shows. Like Weezer goes by Goat Punishment or something.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
know
So it's the same thing. So when you see Suck My Stick, that's where we're playing like a
Get the
sold out
fuck in the
show
room
at
now,
the fucking
you
whiskey
know?
or something.
I'm not supposed to
little venue.
swear. am I?
No, you can say whatever
Yeah,
you
you
want.
can.
Okay,
It's fine.
nice.
Hey, say whatever the
Shit.
fuck you want. It's fine.
Or it's kind of like
Damn it.
Primus sucks, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Primus
that's right.
sucks. So they'll be like,
Suck my stick.
Suck my stick. Yeah, before we go on stage.
Yeah,
Or
fucking.
that'll be our
suck it.
encore.
Apparently, Les Claypool fucking hates that.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you guys,
I'm sure it's old.
real quick, do you guys want to introduce yourselves individually so we know who's who? Or
Yeah.
the listener
We'll
knows
start
who's
with our extraordinary drummer Zhenya Prokopenko.
Yeah, hi everyone. I am Zhenya. I'm from Russia.
Nice.
Mother
In
Russia,
case
nice.
you couldn't tell, he's from Russia. I'm Ethan Whitaker. I sing.
Nice.
I'm Robert Ochoa. I play bass.
And my name is Sam Eggenschweiler, and I play guitar.
Very cool.
Cool.
Eggenschweiler. That must be Yiddish.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can call him Sammy Eggs. I call him Sammy Eggs.
Love it.
Other people
How
don't
do you
call
like
him.
your eggs, Sammy?
How long you guys been playing together?
2 years.
2 years.
Coming up on 3.
Less than 2 years.
Wow.
Zhenya's been a part of us for 1.
So what's the start date? Is that like your first rehearsal, first show?
The first time we got together, Sam and I were in this other band. That band broke up. Same week it broke up. I hit up Robert because I had met him at somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
And then we got together first 2 hours, wrote a song, and I was like, all right, I guess we're a thing.
You wrote a
know?
song on a bass. How does that happen, dude?
I play guitar too.
You
so-
do.
Yeah,
Okay.
Those
yeah,
are the best
yeah.
bassists.
Yeah.
It
So he
doesn't
didn't write
happen.
the song on the bass. It's all about.
Yeah.
Well, at the time we
I-
had like we
yeah,
were fucking around with another guitar player.
Well, I had some
So
really
we had
rough
somebody there.
chords of like
Yeah, he had
things
an
I was
idea.
doing, and then Sam eventually came on like the week after that, and then he did what Sam does. I write music, but I write like 2-chord songs. Okay,
That's all you need, man.
and then Sam makes it 2 fancy chord songs. You know, and
Nice.
that's so that's just what happened. But
Yeah, the collaborations.
I just
Yeah.
I add the nutmeg to the
yeah.
souffle
Very
or
nice.
Makes a
whatever.
Exactly.
Man, too much
It's a bit
nutmeg makes you see shit, from what I understand.
Yeah. I tried that.
Not
It
too
never
much.
worked for me.
Never
You
snorted?
know,
No, yeah,
I
that's
read a
not gonna
line
work.
somewhere as a young child that an ounce or two of nutmeg would do
Right.
something for
And
me.
you have to boil it for 2
Everyone
hours.
that's listening to this, go ahead and try that.
That's
please.
how
We're actually gonna
And,
try it actually on the radio show today.
Yeah,
I'd like
yeah.
that's actually how Malcolm X got high in prison. Apparently.
Is it really?
Wow.
He would
Yeah.
eat like huge quantities of nutmeg.
That's hilarious.
Interesting little fact.
Well, I did
Yeah,
not know
that-
that.
I didn't know he was a drug addict.
Well, no, he's just trying to get by.
No,
Pass
he
the
just
time.
loves holiday seasonings.
So then, how long until you guys had your first show?
A couple months maybe. I don't know.
April or March. I think it was March. So within 5 months after starting,
Nice. How many songs did you guys have by then?
I think 8.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
All
so,
originals.
maybe 7. I don't know.
Where was it? Where was the first show?
It was at this. I was about to. Anyways, it was at the world's greatest venue in the entire world.
nice.
It was at this
Sarcasm?
place called the Other Door in
Oh.
in where is it?
Burbank.
We're off Burbank Boulevard in North Hollywood,
North Hollywood.
and next to a bunch of gay bars, and Sam's idea. But that's where it was,
Got us
and
the gig. Like,
yeah. Anyway, it's okay. Calm down, everybody. But yeah, it was just a little venue, just to get the feet wet.
Right,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah,
have to
Is
start
there any
somewhere.
promoter in the world
You gotta start somewhere.
that can give us a show this second? And and we did.
Definitely.
So what? You guys spread the word by going up to LA and like.
We're from LA.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, welcome to Orange County. How often do you guys get
Yeah.
to come down?
We played at the Wayfair one
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
And
met some cool people.
met some cool people. We know a few bands from down here and that are pretty awesome and that
Yeah.
have helped us out a little bit. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Great.
it's cool. One is Joyous Wolf, and then we're going to see them tonight. See them tonight at the Slide Bar in Fullerton, and
Yeah,
then
great
another
spot.
band. Another band of Limbo, and they're actually just getting back from this horrific. It's their first show after their van crashed on their way to their first show. Their first, like a 2-month planned tour. Their van flipped
Oh my
multiple
God.
times.
Oh
and,
my God.
you know, it
They
was
fine?
awful, and now it's
Yeah.
the resurrection show. You know?
Good for them.
Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
capitalize on that stuff.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, and Jake, the singer, is so good with graphics and with artwork that it's just
Yeah, all this
everything
shit just
that they
looks
make is just like,
Amazing.
God, it's just so beautiful. So
That's great to have.
yeah, it's like they have their destroyed van, and then like the wind blowing behind
thunder
it,
and shit.
and dust and shit, and you're like, it just looks awesome.
That's great branding.
That's why I'm showing up.
Like, I wanna
Just
see
the
that movie.
flyer.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Resurrection.
Well, that's really
Anyway.
cool. You guys support other bands.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Have to, man.
You guys have a cool sound, so I mean,
Thank you.
the influences is it different, you guys, or is it the same influences?
We all like good music,
Well, yeah,
and that's the key.
it is.
That's the first step.
I mean, it's very melodic. It's deep. There's Soundgarden in there for sure.
I mean, we all have like a common ground, pretty much, of like influences
Okay, cool.
of our backgrounds, but then we're also like pretty broad in our own ways.
All right.
Yeah.
Each of us definitely has our own influences. I mean, Ethan for sure, 90s grunge, Chris Cornell, Alice in Chains.
Yeah, there's a lot of Chris
Yeah.
there.
Robert, like Justin Chancellor fan number one. Like,
I thought you were gonna say Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, he's a huge Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If Justin Chancellor said "suck my stick" to Robert, then
I'm like, he gets it.
yeah, it's not
No
gay,
argument.
You know, it's just Justin Chancellor.
But yeah, you guys lucked out with your drummer too. I mean, we heard you guys setting up and getting
Yeah.
the sounds dialed in. Yeah, the dude knows his
Yeah,
stuff.
if he takes 30 minutes to set up, it
It's
usually
worth it.
means he's really good. You know, so with the first day that we played with him, we saw that, and I'm like, guys, Get over here. I know it's the one. And then he said evil and sheet.
Evil and shit.
We tried to make him say the right words.
How'd you guys find him?
So
And I love that he's here and we're speaking in third person.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Let him speak. Yeah. Seriously, Craigslist. Yeah. Because we've had some drummer issues.
Sure, who doesn't?
All of our
Needs
drummers have
combustion.
been phenomenal.
At least enough bass issues.
The blown
Whether it's just life taken off for some people, or whether it's
Bizarre
emotional
gardening accidents.
gardening accidents.
Well, now hold on, because
Spontaneous
you have to
combustion.
explain that one.
Yeah,
Did
like
that
what do you mean,
actually
like
happen?
That's a Spinal Tap
Oh, he took
reference.
Yeah.
Throwing out, or was it choking on somebody else's vomit?
Yeah.
Classic.
So all that happened to all of our drummers, all of them.
Yeah,
But
one we like went to San Francisco, and then right when we got back at like 2 a.m. No, it was like 4 a.m. He was just like, "Can't do it anymore, guys."
What? Just like that, huh?
yeah, but he's one of my best friends. It was
Yeah,
just
he's a
like,
good
look,
guy.
bro, I'm fucked in the head. I need to take time
just
off.
walking
And then I'm like, oh yeah, this Russian guy was trying to join the band before you. And then we hit him up, and then the first day I was like, God, he's groovy as fuck. It's just
Yeah,
we
Jen-
gelled right away.
Jenny's pretty good. He's a song drummer, but he's also a groove drummer.
After we got done jamming the first practice with him, there was like an awkward silence for a minute, and then he was just like, "So when's the next practice?"
Oh, so that's what you guys wanted.
Yeah.
Like next week, bro.
Very cool.
It was nice, and it's just nice not having to think and hunt, and especially if like we know that we got something good going on, you know, and it's we tried this like 17-year-old kid, and I was like, man, he is just playing jazz fusion on top of our music.
That's
right
not
now.
gonna work.
And I'm like, this is
I like
not
his
where we're
drummer,
going.
Right.
Oh, he was good for 17, but
Yeah. So
Yeah, some
we
people make you sound better though.
Right.
yeah, so we just wanted something that made the music. You know, we need a fourth member of the band. You
Yeah.
know, it's another teammate. It's another business
It's
partner.
not a joke.
You know,
That's
it's,
right.
this is. This is.
How committed are you all as far as rehearsals? You guys do like a weekly rehearsal thing, or you guys are
We
pretty much ready to go?
try
at
to
least
do two.
sometimes 2 if we can.
No kidding.
We're trying to get to a point where we don't have to pay for it.
Well,
that's nice.
me and Sam live together. We love
we're
each
lovers.
Other. We're lovers.
Yes.
Congratulations.
No,
The audience now knows.
Fighting on the way over here.
Yeah, we are
Old married couple.
Yeah.
Well, if you tidy up once in a while.
Yeah. Exactly. You know,
That's exactly what
don't get
Ethan's
me started.
always
I'm
bitching
trying to
about.
maintain my peace. No, but Sam and I live together. We have a house, and
Nice.
we just moved into a house. So now it's like, okay, now we need to soundproof this fucking garage
Sure.
and make this, because we already got that right there, Behringer XR 18 or
Good.
whatever.
That's
Yeah, we
great.
got one. You
That
know,
thing's
and
amazing.
it's in the box for 3 months. You know, but we have it.
But you got it.
Yeah, we're almost there, and
Waiting.
Sam's Guitar Center credit card. You know, thank you.
Yeah, we got to pay that off by
know.
December, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. So who does the finances? Or is
I
that?
mean, who
I mean,
does the
Sam has the
finances?
money. He points the finger.
No. It's everyone but Robert.
It's
actually.
everyone but
Oh,
but that's okay.
Oh, you meant with the band.
Yeah.
You know,
How are the neighbors? They love you or they hate you?
You know what? The cool thing is, we're kind of by the Burbank Airport, so the Burbank
Oh.
Airport paid for everyone to have triple pane glass.
Oh,
You
sweet.
can't hear a plane flying right over your head, so I
Nice.
know when we're
Well,
fucking.
you can hear it, but it's not that loud.
It's
like,
not
like
that
a truck
loud.
going by
So
outside or something.
and
Yeah.
the neighbors are cool, and fuck it, the owner knows,
plus.
so I don't really care. You know, I moved in. I own a dog care company, and I like told the owner everything. You know, like my checkered past that you'll see on background reports, everything. Just because I was so tired of getting denied, and then all of a sudden it's like.
Yeah, be
I told him
upfront.
everything, like this X, Y, and Z you're gonna see if you look back, and then I'm like, I own a dog business. There's gonna be dogs boarding here all the time. We're gonna make the garage a music studio. And
The
he's
perfect
like,
candidate.
He's like, nice, yeah. I'm like, this is amazing, you know.
Dude, I
and
like
and, so
What is going on with that landlord's life?
I
He's like,
know.
well, that's nothing compared to that.
He's like,
seriously,
nice.
this is fine, yeah. So we scored, and the neighbors are cool. So fuck
That's
it.
great.
Yeah.
You guys ever have listening parties at the house, or is it literally just a rehearsal?
We will.
Well, we still haven't actually rehearsed there yet. So,
Oh,
so it's
that
not,
new.
this is
Yeah.
like we're still
we
kind
gotta
of in
like
the
turn it on.
process.
Raise the floor a little bit. Even,
Yeah, we're gonna
like-
raise the floor up a little bit so
Cool.
we
There's work
can
to be done.
insulate underneath it, you know, so it's not just a brick, you
Uh-huh,
know, echoing everything in the universe
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. Yeah. And we can't turn down the drums. You know,
No.
it's- You know,
He plays
it
pretty
doesn't
hard, yeah.
work. He does. He does play really hard, which is great.
Sure.
you
Yeah,
know?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
so,
part of the sound.
Yeah, and it just forces everybody to, it's like bam. You're like, all right, you can feel the groove. So
How long have you guys been playing? I mean, individually, like music.
Well, I started playing. I'm 29, and I started playing guitar when I started playing clarinet actually when I was in 6th grade. So like,
Wow.
I don't know,
Oh, hell yeah.
12 or something. Only did that for a couple years, and then I was like, screw that, I'm playing guitar. It's way cooler. And I wish I still play the clarinet because then you can get on the sax and stuff. And it's pretty sweet. But yeah, I started playing guitar when I was about 13 or 14, which was probably about the same time I like smoked weed for the first time. not a coincidence, I think.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's not.
But yeah, I started playing electric guitar, and I wish I could say I've just been sitting down practicing in my room the entire time, but I haven't. It's been on and off. So like,
Okay.
but I'm pretty all right with where I'm at this point.
Yeah.
And then when I was 17, I started playing classical guitar, which you really fucking have to sit down and practice for that.
Okay.
With electric, if you've got good energy and a good kind of vibe, and like
Yeah.
you practice a little bit, you can
can fake the
don't
rest.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be a technically great musician in order to make really good music with that. With classical guitar, it's another story. You have to be really fucking good.
You're right.
But yeah, so I've been trying to do that, but I just unfortunately haven't had as much time because of the band and because of and because of work and stuff like that. But it's more of a pastime than
okay.
it's just something I do for fun every once in a while.
the band is not a pastime.
No, the band is not a pastime. The
business.
band is
Yeah.
a future
It
time.
is,
No, present time.
Yeah.
So
Robert.
Well, I started playing electric bass when I was 9, and then
Oh, okay. That's early.
did
He's 10 years old right now.
Stand-up.
yeah.
went to
It's gone
skid.
really far.
Went to stand up when I was probably 10. Did that for a couple years, and then went to jazz band, and did that for a couple years, and then I switched to drums. Well, I was kind of like in jazz band. I would play and then watch the drummer, and then kind of sneak in during lunch and learn. And then when I was like 16, I switched to guitar, and I was like the guy who would just like lock himself in his room and play for hours. Like
you.
skip school and get stoned and play guitar.
What would you
man.
play?
By the time I got to guitar, I was like over learning other people's shit because I was doing that for years when I was younger.
Sure.
So I was just writing.
Good.
Yeah, just
Early on, huh?
Yeah, just kind of like that's how I figured out guitar. Like, 'cause I already had knowledge of bass and like notes and like how to put shit together in scales.
Yeah.
But then I was like, fuck, I gotta figure out chords. So I was kind of like just feeling around for a while. That's what the first couple years were.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it was like, okay, cool. Now I can like get some structure in this and then put some lyrics over it.
Wow.
And sing to some chicks.
So do you find after going into guitar that you're able to now kind of apply what you're learning on guitar onto the bass?
Yeah, I mean, in a certain way, it's like influenced my my style
Yeah.
more for sure. I mean, first of all, I got a lot quicker with my left hand, but then like my technique picking wise is just way like more intricate.
So are you 90% picking now, or are you?
Yeah, but
Nice.
I've been like really into this band Polyphia lately, and the bass player is just badass, like slapping and shit.
Okay.
Like he plays like he's got to pick, but he doesn't, and then he uses these fingers for like picking. It's like fuck, man. I wish I should have stuck with that shit. So I'm trying to like do that on my own time now.
Cool.
I'm trying to be versatile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been playing for what, like 48 years, probably?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I play drums almost 22, 23 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
That's how it
apparent.
is.
Yeah. A lot of time. Yeah. I
So
don't-
did you learn it by yourself, or did you have a
Yeah,
teacher?
yeah, by myself.
No
yeah.
kidding.
Wow.
No YouTube videos. You just picked it up.
Yeah, just notes, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it came natural.
Yeah.
He had dial-up back
He's
then,
the man.
dude.
Exactly. There's no YouTube.
No YouTube in Soviet Russia.
Yeah. I don't have YouTube in
Yeah.
Russia.
It's
Yeah.
propaganda, man. He's having too much fun.
Yeah.
You can't bang on sticks.
Yeah, listen music, Metallica, Pantera,
I hear a lot of Metallica in there.
AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do vocals too?
No.
Okay.
I didn't try.
Yeah.
This year.
Well, you got enough up front on the vocals.
Yeah, for sure.
How'd you get your start on singing? I mean, what was your catalyst?
Okay, so I come from a family of singers. My entire family has good voices. It's we were that cheesy Von Trapp stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great family.
We still do. I love my family. I have the best family. And my mom tries to take credit because my mom was an equity actress and a singer for like her whole up until they started a business when I was younger. But so she tries to take all the credit for everything musical in my family. But I don't know. My grandmother on my dad's side was a concert pianist. My dad's a drummer. My mom's a singer, and her family comes from singers. Like they were the Hoover Harmony Hounds.
So it's in your blood.
Yeah, it's in my blood, and but I got my tone from my dad. I totally have my dad's tone. My dad has this amazing tone, and it's like when he sings, so I'm like, it's nice.
Passed down.
Yeah, I grew up with him, and I look exactly like him. I'm basically my
there you
dad,
go.
And
Does he ever sit in?
he loves music.
Dude,
he's
a lot of shows.
he's at a lot of shows, but no. Not everyone in my family like tries to be a professional musician, So it's like we all can, but my sister Brenna was signed by Verve and Universal Records.
Wow.
Still tours the world. She's the greatest singer that I've ever heard live.
Wow.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I did her touring security for years.
Right on.
I did, and it was great getting to tour the world. And
Yeah, of course.
and see that part. And it's also because she is so talented and she works with the absolute greatest musicians available, like handpicked, because they want to work with her, and it was just that did influence me, definitely. Imagine seeing 500 of the best shows that people have seen in a long time, but you're there every time, and
Right. Makes you want it for yourself.
it's just a little bit, but it's more so I got sparked into writing and creating music when I got sober.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 4.5 years ago.
Wow.
I was
Awesome.
pulled off the Skid Row and all that, and
Nice. Cool.
wound up. It was just the best form of therapy that I had when I was on my own time outside of stuff, and just 2-chord songs, heroin memoirs. Sam was driving at that rehab, and Sam saw me have panic attacks and shit,
Who's
crazy,
listening?
absolutely
No way.
nuts, and
They
he was
fell in love at first sight.
yeah, sure, yeah.
Don't tell your girlfriend that.
Tell us about
I
that,
saw
please.
his feminine hips, and I just knew, he doesn't have feminine hips. I'm painting a picture for the audience. Bulbous,
There's no hips.
but
No hips, no ass.
but Sam was one of the first people ever to hear me a song that I'd written, and I'm like this fucking twacked out crazy person. Listen to my song, and then we ended up living together, and then after a year of that, then we moved out to an apartment, and then it's just kind of like, and I kind of knew in the back of my head, I'm like, where's the best guitar player around, and we're gonna move in together and make a band, and it happened,
Great, man.
I had no idea what
I
was
know.
in store for me.
I have he had no idea, but I kind of, you get these little feelings deep
course.
down in your loins, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, do you play any instruments, or you
I
just...
play guitar.
Okay.
I play guitar, and I can noodle on every instrument. Okay, I'm a professional
Keep playing
noodler, but I do play guitar, and I do work on structuring songs and writing music on my own time. Sometimes it's not sick mystic at all. Sometimes it's a little prettier than that, and I don't like having what sick mystic is not. It's not all music in the world, but it is what I'm most passionate about because it's the most raw and real, and I end up writing about the shit I don't like talking about, and it ends up just coming out, It's cool.
What are
So
the shows like?
the shows are awesome. The shows are kick ass.
Like, what can somebody expect when they go to a Sick Mystic show?
Loud.
High energy, loud.
High energy, loud,
Goosebumps.
tickles.
You guys are good luck.
People are
Wow.
like, dude, I got the goosebumps, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love that feeling.
Do you guys perform?
We feel very organic, and we are a very tightly playing band.
It is very tight.
Yeah, so it's like and it's really cool. It's really cool being a singer and having such a great band behind it. You're like,
Yeah.
this is-
And a lot of
fucking
people just sit there and oh shit, in awe kind of.
Well,
Yeah.
'cause they're
Yeah.
probably,
Watch us.
they're
just,
probably stoned, but
yeah, they're like, whoa,
But it's really good, too.
man.
What, the weed?
I don't know. I actually prefer playing to people that have never heard us I mean, I love
Sure.
it when our crew's there, but it's nicer hearing just like you know.
Do you have a name for your crew?
Not really.
The Mystics.
The Mystics were you know,
Easy.
the suck my
Or the
Stixies.
Sickos.
Yeah.
Or the sickos.
I don't like that one as much.
Yeah,
We've
no.
heard that, though.
My mom didn't like to be in that group, so Mom, get the fuck off our group page. You know,
Do you guys perform like once a month?
we
Or-
tried just once or twice. You
Try to play as
know,
much as possible.
Yeah.
you know, we try to kind of. I don't like playing in absolute dog shit venues.
Yeah.
You know,
Who does?
but we do sometimes. You know, just for the hell of it. But,
Oh yeah.
But you know, it's just so freaking competitive, and there's so many clubs shutting down, and
Oh, they're not.
it's definitely hard to be in a rock band in LA when it's like the demand is pre-sale. The demand is
yeah.
pre-sale ticket sales, and it's like
Mm.
you know, luckily I have my own business. I like can kind of I can
Right. Front it.
yeah, you know, and like and it whatever. It's gonna be what's gonna be. You know,
Yeah.
just gonna handle all this shit for me.
But do you find going to your colleagues or your other band shows, you think
Yeah.
that's helping kind of spread the word too?
I mean, it's nice not being alone. You know, it's nice having a team and also people to confide in. You know,
Sure.
it is you have an edge if you're being talked about. You know, and if like for instance, I've already talked about two of my friends' bands. The thing is, they're
Yep.
great. They're
Yeah.
great bands.
Yeah.
So it's nice when you find, you know, what everybody and their mom can you know, put music out there nowadays.
Yeah,
you know,
it's true.
It's not $400 an hour
Right.
in the studio back in the 70s. You
Yeah.
know, that's what it was. You know, it's not like that anymore. So there ends up being so much saturation.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we're pretty fucking awesome,
Mhm.
you know, but despite that, we have to find a way to be heard. You
Well,
know?
you are awesome because you are on an award.
Award winning.
Yeah.
Award winning.
See, that's how I
course.
gauge our
Yeah, we haven't
success.
plugged that
You know, it's like I knew
That's fucking
like
sick. Dude.
I was like, did you guys know? Yeah. yeah.
But we love
Start
that because we're
glowing.
here to really support
Yeah.
every
That's
band.
why we
and,
do this.
Yeah.
You're right. It's one thing to talk about how awesome you are, but it's another thing when other bands are talking about how amazing you are.
Yeah, you know, and
I mean, that's how the grunge scene started.
That's true.
yeah, I mean, shit, man, you just need support, you know, like you just need support. It's all kind of connected. Joyce Wolf singer Nick Reese is trying to build something because he has a little bit of leverage. They got signed by Universal and Roadrunner Records, and
Nice.
and so he's
Atlantic.
like he's Atlantic,
Wow.
yeah, and so he's trying to like handpick who the fuck he likes, you know,
Right.
as
His
a way
network.
Yeah.
as a way to like, you know, if you're in any sort of stance where you're talking to people with a little bit of power, and then you tell them like, no, don't go for that oversaturated, easy, you know, what's sellable. Go towards this because this is actually what's real and awesome, and everybody's missing. You
You're
know,
right.
so he's been doing that, and we're one of those bands, and another
So
band,
cool.
Cradle Band, Cradle Man, fucking awesome. Love
are they
them.
like?
They're from Washington, so they have that nice Seattle awesome. But the singer is Michael Parent, and the guitarist Michael Arms. They're just phenomenal, you know.
yeah.
And I love a good competition.
Good.
I really do. It's competition, but it's also like I just love hearing good shit.
Exactly.
You know? It's so
Absolutely.
refreshing and
Yeah.
inspiring to hear music.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
hard-
rock
it's
will
hard to
never
find
go
good shit
away.
nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't gone away, but from the mainstream has gone away. So
Yeah,
I can't wait for it to
but-
come
but-
back.
into the
But even
underground,
rock
uh,
nowadays, though, like I'll be flipping through everything, dude. Like literally listening to everything, and it just be so bland.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
nothing out there where I'm just like, oh shit, this is dope, and I'm gonna listen to it every day for the next like month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did that with Ghost.
Yeah. a little
when
bit.
I finally
Then
found
bro-
Ghost, I was like, I like this.
But
And,
that was like years
you know,
ago, and then their new album came out, and I was hooked on that for like a week or two, and
Nice.
then, yeah, it's like nothing lately, man, except
I
for this
know.
new Polyphia album. It's like all instrumental. That shit's so sick. They
Oh, really?
use like a lot of hip hop beats now,
Huh.
and this like it's like kind of like Animals as Leaders. Have you heard of those guys?
The melodies, the melodies of that band, it's almost like the rhythmics of like a rapper, like where the words pop out at you at certain times, like the individual rhythm
so
of
sick,
the
Oh,
of the
nice.
lyrics.
I should
It's
listen
kind
to
of like they're following that almost, so you
Yeah.
can hear how it's really inspired by hip hop because it's like inspired by the subtle motions of the lyrical bounce.
That's
you know,
cool.
it's pretty cool. So
But then also because they never used to like incorporate hip hop beats. They used to kind of just be more metal.
Sure.
And then with this album they did, and I'm just like fucking mind blown. Like
Really?
Yeah. But I was
Interesting
hoping for something with some lyrics from somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want a good singer
Yeah.
and a good band like to listen to. You know.
Some of the
Yeah.
coolest stuff I feel like is like where there are sort of blending genres with like hip hop and rock, not like fucking Limp Bizkit or anything.
Incubus.
fusing
Incubus
it,
had
but
that.
But I don't know,
Right,
like
right.
I fucking love Death Grips. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
heard
Do that
them.
pretty well.
They're like one of my favorites, and like I
Death
don't know,
Grips
it's
is
like
amazing.
rock metal.
I'm
but
not
then,
there
like,
yet.
Yeah, no,
With
he
Death
doesn't
Grips,
understand
I'm
Death
not.
Grips
I-
yet. He'll get there.
I
one day.
try.
He's the fucking greatest live band
With
ever,
time.
but
Yeah.
Well, tell us about your recording process. So, I mean, you guys have been in the studio before.
Yeah.
What's that usually like?
Hell. No, it's awesome.
I think people really like working with us.
Yeah.
You know, because
It's easy. Like
just because we usually know our parts and
Good.
and like me as a vocalist, I'm pretty true. You know, I'm pretty obsessed, and I always have been with like absolute perfection. You
Good.
know, so like when people record me, they really enjoy it because like, oh, you want this harmony, you want that, you want blah, and then I like do it. You know, and I
yeah.
do it. Let's do 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Let's next part. 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. And it's like
Easy.
sweet, and then we're done. You know, like hour later we're out of there, and we've done harmony, like 3-part harmonies and all types of shit. So
Awesome.
So you love
Yeah.
harmonies.
I love who doesn't love that sound.
know,
you know?
yeah, that's something else.
And also the voice needs to be liberated and brought back. You know, you hear back in the day, and I was like, to be honest, I've a John Denver is a guilty pleasure of mine. When I feel depressed and shit,
Yeah.
which is
Oh,
like
that's
every
perfect.
other day, you know, like if I turn on Country Roads and just am singing along and hear the fucking harmonies, it's like
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, nice. I feel like a loved human again. You know, there's something about harmonies where multiple people are singing together and you have all of those tones.
You're right.
It's
smashed
amazing.
together.
Yeah,
It's
Well, it
like
makes you want to sing too.
yeah, it does,
Sure.
and it makes
It's
like
like,
these
yeah.
little, tingles in your face, you know, warm, happy feelings. So I love singing, and I love voices, and I love.
Do you ever try to get one of the guys to back you up on
Yeah,
harmonies?
we're working on it.
yeah,
I mean, he's a perfectionist, so it's probably
No.
very...
No.
Well, certain
I'm
parts where like
yeah.
harmonies are like necessary.
You have
it's like
to.
we're doing pretty technical shit or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like hard to
Right, do both.
shit, man.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
want to backtrack a little bit. You guys were talking about other bands. What makes you guys stand out as a band? That's,
We do-
sorry,
we do
that's
I mean,
kinda
how to
not-
say this and not
do
be a
stand
fucking
out the
arrogant asshole?
No,
You know,
no, be an
that's like
arrogant asshole.
Be.
Be as arrogant as you need to be.
Sell.
It's fine.
We're an
Yeah,
award-winning
sell.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won.
We know all about
We're
arrogance
all
here.
really good. We're all really good, and our style's pretty unique. Cause like I don't know, it's like the old grunge and rock and shit, but it's more modern. It's kind of dark, like
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
fuck.
Like I don't know how like we have a thrashier version of
thrash.
90s music.
Yeah.
And it's also just like the volume's turned up and it's just a little bit more intense and kind of fucked up. You know, like I don't know, like it's just how it is.
That's
I
a
mean,
cool sound.
like
Yeah.
I like our like I'm writing about fucking what heroin addiction was like and what hating yourself like during that time.
And we're all just
I'm
beating
writing.
the shit out of our instruments.
Yeah, and everybody because we're all feeding off it.
But it's
you
still very
know?
melodic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
even though
yeah,
you're
exactly.
thrashing, it's
Yeah,
very
we,
melodic.
'Cause
we,
it's
we
not-
really like that, and that's like I mean
Yeah.
that's something that's always came naturally to us, like the build up, and then like getting like everybody wet with the fucking soft shit, and then just kicking their ass with the
Yeah.
heavy riffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like-
Because like I am a very dynamic singer, so it's like I can go really soft, but then I can also go to this crazy power extreme, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I try to use all of that in basically every song, you know, just because it's just a texture and dynamic and. You can feel soft and
Better
vulnerable,
trademark that
or you
shit,
can
man.
feel
You're human.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a human, you
Yeah.
know, and it's just trying to. That's what it's about. The best music that you hear, it's just about connection to that human part of you and
Yeah.
relating to certain pain or pleasure that you've experienced, where you don't feel alone anymore. You know,
Yeah.
the best thing. Like I remember when I was 13 years old, I was just stoned enough for the perfect moment to happen. I had my headphones on. I was this kid. I was already fucking up in life, and I was feeling very alone. And I had my big old headphones on, and I turned on Black Sabbath, self-titled album, and the fucking rain is going, fucking thunder, and then all of a sudden, oh God, please don't help me, and you're like, and oh my God, and I feel like holy fuck, it's not like I feel like I'm getting eaten by Satan right now, but just that sense of it just
being affected.
Whoa, it totally impacted my entire life.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've heard
That's how Tool was for me, man.
Oh, Tool.
Dude.
Yeah.
When are they coming out their album? What's going on?
It'll be a 3-hour instrumental album.
Just don't think about it, and it'll just happen when it happens.
And then
Too
it'll
much
be
wine.
dope as fuck for the rest of it.
There's something else too.
Yeah.
Something else. You ever take vocal lessons?
No.
No.
I mean,
You think you need to?
No.
everyone does.
Look, what I could use a little help with sometimes is I just like proper look. As long as I warm up and I can hear myself, then I don't fuck up my voice.
Sure.
It's more about preservation because I want to be able to sing in 10 years from now. So
Absolutely, and then night after night too.
yeah, and night after night, and we've done it. Like the thing is, it's just the discipline of if we have 2 shows in a night. That means I can't talk in between shows.
That's
right. I need to surrender to that. Because if I need to play the show the next night, I cannot talk.
Right.
I cannot talk and be socialized screaming in a bar while the next loud ass band is playing.
It's funny. I mean, that's where you lose your voice, not on stage.
Absolutely. And because on stage I'm hyper focused about
your tones and
exactly, and control. And but it's also just fucking relax. The problem is people think that you can't be heard, so you need to be louder, and then you end up pressuring your throat. The more relaxed your throat is, and the less tight your chest is, and the more engaged your diaphragm is,
it opens everything up.
It opens everything up, and you're not damaging yourself. Right. And I also have found some weird ways of moving my palate around to actually round notes, so where they're not damaging.
Wow.
Like I don't know. You'll. It's just weird. I go into I can't really explain it without singing it or something. So it's but it's. I just try to find these little sweet spots.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I started singing. Like with bands and stuff, and finding out and growing, really, because with you're by yourself and you're not being pushed, then you're not really growing. But once I got with Sick Mystic, I noticed that once that energy was there behind me, then all of a sudden my voice is wanting to push bam, so much farther.
Yeah.
And then it could, and then it was cool, me finding out holy shit, I can hit these crazy high belts, and it's whoa, I didn't really know that I could, and then the next thing I'm doing it, and then next thing you know, that's regular.
Yeah.
Where the first time I sang it, I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. But then once you develop the muscle memory and the coordination,
and the mindset, knowing you can do it.
And yeah, exactly. And you're not walking in fearful, Yeah. And then I do know my limits, but I don't know, it's pretty easy to.
Do you guys have more fun on stage or in the studio?
It depends on how stoned I am.
Yeah, if he's too stoned, he has a terrible time because he's like, "What do they think?"
That would be me.
No, but I could be smoking all day and then get on stage and be fine. It's just if I don't smoke all day and then I.
Oh, it's the
faded
first
right
one.
before.
Yeah, it's the first one.
Show
Always that first one of the day is always the worst.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever do edibles, or are you guys more smokers?
Oh, they don't smoke.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
do it.
Ethan and I are dead sober.
Dead.
Nice.
We're
We're
dead.
dead.
Jenny meditates.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Jenny's in a meditative practice, so he's not getting high right
What,
now.
like TM? Do you do transcendental meditation?
His wife is a yoga instructor. They
Oh,
lived in
okay.
India for a while, so
Gotcha.
not that real watered down shit, like the real
Right.
shit,
Right.
Yeah,
So when you guys write a song, how is it? I mean, it's collaborative, but who do you take turns bringing something to the band? Like,
Yes.
It just
being
depends. When it comes, it comes. So
Okay.
lately, Ethan's been coming with shit to Sam, and then
Ethan
and
comes
they'll
up
come
with
to us.
Ethan's ideas are the most fully developed of all of us, I think. Where he'll actually have strum some chords on a guitar and have a melody. He might not have all the parts yet or whatever, but he'll have a good portion of it.
Okay.
And then he'll introduce it to us, and we'll figure out something and maybe come up with a new chorus section or
But
something.
then also, you guys live together, so it makes it easier.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you can come
yeah.
to each other and be
So-
like, "Yo."
So we can throw ideas back and forth really easily, But then usually with me and Robert, it's like one of us will just come up with a riff or something.
Yeah, like a dope ass riff, and be like, dude, we need to do
Yeah.
something with this.
Sweet. Do you ever marry songs together? We're like, listen, that
Hell
verse
yeah.
sucked. Let's use the verse of this one, and then we got
I
to
mean,
say
that's kind of like every song that me and
should.
Sam write together.
Yeah.
Every song that I like, every song I've written, for the most part, there's parts where like I'm just like, Sam, I need a fucking part.
Yeah.
And then Sam will
complete
just
it.
bring something, yeah.
Okay.
Very
Kinda
cool.
like
guys.
We
everything.
rely
awesome.
on each other because a lot of the times I will just have a verse and there's no finding any fucking change
I-
that
I
makes
s-
sense, and
I-
then
Yeah.
sometimes they find it for me.
That's so awesome.
I
Yeah.
felt that too when I was like playing acoustic and singing my own songs a lot. Not saying that like I can't like write songs of my own and shit, but like a lot of times it would just sound bland.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, and I'm thinking back, and then nowadays like writing music is just a lot easier. Like having people
Very
to, like,
rewarding.
to rely on and shit. It's
Yeah.
nicer, you know what I mean? To
Oh,
get a
yeah.
different perspective on everything as well.
So it doesn't look like you guys argue at all. I mean, you guys have you ever had a powwow?
Oh, we always fucking fight.
Well, okay, so I mean, to not be a crazy person, I take care of my head and my brain,
Uh-huh.
you know, and
Well, what does that mean?
It means I meditate. And
Okay.
it means I meditate and pray, and I have.
He just works on himself.
I take time to work on myself all the time.
Constantly. I'll be right back, guys.
But I gotta go to the bathroom to work on myself.
Self-maintenance.
But yeah, I just jack off 50 times a day and I'm okay. No,
That's relaxing.
No, but I yeah, it's my hand killing me. No, but I meditate and pray and I journal and I get the mess in my head on paper and I look at it and I constructively grow from it. So like
Cool.
because I have that mindset, Sam is. I love Sam, but
I love you too.
It was love at first sight.
Spacing out there.
So Sam is like the most like passive and mellow and like anti-ego person I've ever met. So it's great. It's like yin and yang. Like I am just this fucking like I can totally spin off in craziness, and Sam usually can. Hey, you're actually doing this. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I am. And it's cool having people to check me because I can lose myself and shit pretty easily. Robert can have a temper sometimes, but we're all pretty mellow, and we're good at like just the only.
I mean, we're all friends.
We're all friends,
Yeah.
and
Okay,
and
sometimes I'm fight with him.
yeah.
The basis.
Yeah.
It's always the basis.
Always the
Yeah,
basis.
the bass and the drummer get pissed off at each other because Zhenya is groove.
Uh-huh.
He's anal sensitive.
That's not a thing. It's anal retentive.
No.
Anal sensitive.
Anal
Yeah,
sensitive
yeah, something
means,
else.
it means you need to see a
Anal
doctor,
sensitive.
a proctologist.
Okay, okay. So, anyways, about Jenny's anal sensitive.
I'm definitely gonna put explicit on this one.
That's the name of our first album, by the way.
Yeah, anal sensitive. Yeah.
Anal sensitive.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, but so like Zhenya wants to maintain a groove, you know, because Jenny's a song drummer. Robert is super intricate, and yeah, and they
Recipe
they
for
need
disaster.
to surrender to each other constantly because it's just like if they don't, then they have to work together.
Sure.
You know, it's just look, we're getting better at it though because we're getting better at collectively writing music together. So
Nice.
we're better at surrendering now. Before at the beginning,
Awesome.
like, no, I've already written 3 verses and there has to be 3. Where's the third? Where's the third? You know, the resolution
You're
of my
open.
lyrics.
You're
you know?
all open.
I used to be like that, and I used to get my fucking way because I'd be a fucking crazy person. Now I'm like, now
He's
it's
a
like,
big dude.
yeah, I'm like a big,
Fuck,
you
man.
know. So but like we all surrender.
We're
we all
better.
surrender now.
We're better at compromising.
exactly,
I think our
yeah.
language is getting better. Like literally, Zhenya's language is getting better.
Yeah.
He's learning English from us.
I don't
partly.
like that shit.
It was so exactly. At the beginning of the band, we're all getting fucking emotional because he would say, "I don't like these sheet." We don't realize that he's trying to say like, how about you use a minor chord instead of a major chord? Blah, 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 and then, but instead he's just like, I don't like these sheets.
It was either like if he liked something, like he wouldn't say it. You would have to ask him, "Is this okay?" And he's like, "Yes, it's okay." But then if he didn't like it, like, "No, this I do not like it. Shit."
If he says it's not bad,
Yeah.
it actually means it's great, you know. But if it says it's shit, it actually means it's
Horrible.
Really bad.
well. No, if he
not
says
bad.
it's shit, it means something needs to change.
Yeah.
But so we're at the beginning of the band, after he joined, we're Robert's like forgetting every practice that Jenny can barely speak English at the time.
Fuck you too, asshole.
He's like, what the hell? I like my song and my music.
He's just telling you to
No,
change something.
I've had to learn to drop my pride with a lot of like writing and shit. Because I spent a lot of time like writing by myself and then being like, dude, this is my fucking riff, my song.
You
this is
fall
my
in love,
fucking
you know?
shit,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the fact
Not
that
changing it for anybody.
you guys are all here, and obviously, you know, you're fine with each other, and you're able to address this. I mean, that's healthy. The
Yeah.
faugh that you can talk about it and kind of joke
Laugh
about
about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It really is.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to hear you guys
Yeah,
play.
I was just gonna say, we'd love to hear you guys play. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh shit, we're supposed to do that?
Yes,
yeah,
please.
I didn't
was
bring
just
my
here to work
bass.
on myself.
I just came to talk about it.
Yeah, so.
yeah, let's
do this.
Let's
hear
do
you
it.
guys play.
All right, awesome.
All right.
Before we get to the incredible performances by Sick Mystic, I just want to take a moment here and say thank you all so much for your support. Subscribing and listening are the easiest ways to support not only us, but the bands and artists we have on the show. If you want to become a superstar and support us even more, you can become a patron. Just search for Granted Radio on patreon.com. This will give you exclusive access to content that doesn't appear on the podcast episodes. And while you're there, also search for Emo's Patreon as well. He is very good at reaching out and interacting with fans, and even has a free level that allows dedicated fans to support him without any sort of payment. Search ALAEDDIN on patreon.com.
Pull the trigger if you're gone. Gone away, away, away from where you belong. Away from what you know is right. But against the pain, the pain, the pain you can't fight. And you're gone away, yeah. You're gone away, yeah. You wasted your life away. And they can't see the light of day. Your loved ones are left crying, 'cause they can't imagine you dying in the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull that trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger. Pull that trigger. I find me breaking, bashing, and I can't explain now. I ask why all my pieces crumble to pain. What was it that destroyed all of my serenity? What do I do if I just wanna be? I had a dream that I died. Was a saint, everyone cried. What a fucking dream that would be, yeah. Truth has been told and the soul's been sold and the lie's been laid and the devil's been paid. The devil's been paid. I find me breaking, bashing, and I can't explain now. I ask why all my pieces crumble to pain. What was it that destroyed all of my serenity? And what do I do if I just wanna be? I wanna be. 'Cause I'm lost inside, nowhere to hide. 'Cause the devil is me. The devil is me. I'm lost inside, nowhere to hide. 'Cause the devil is me. The devil is me. I had a dream that I died. Was a saint, everyone cried. And what a fucking dream that would be, yeah. Truth has been told and the soul's been sold and the lie's been laid and the devil's been paid. The devil's been paid. Yeah, the devil's been
All right.
Make sure, make sure that diaphragm's facing you.
I've got two questions for you guys that are very, very pertinent. When and where is your next show? Is number one.
Next show, October. We're having a little Halloween bash.
Nice.
On a Monday at 11:30 at night. So all of you come
Halloween's
here.
on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I know. Well, on Monday. So on Monday, October 29th, we play at the Whiskey with. Let's see if I can do this. Royal Distortion, Teenage Ritual, The Bad Apples, and Motorbone.
There's no anal sensitive.
Good job.
Yeah, I did it. We're playing with them.
just Sam.
Royal Distortion has a Monday night residency every single Monday, and we popped on board.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Cool.
We'll be
Yes, they
there.
want us to dress up and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
And then my second question is, how can we follow you guys on social media?
Sick Mystic everywhere, like Instagram, iTunes, Spotify,
Website.
Facebook, sickmystic.com.
Yeah. Pornhub.
It's simple.
What's Pornhub?
Coming soon.
How do I get on that?
Yeah.
They have an app now.
You have to have a
there?
premium access.
I'll pay whatever.
What are
Really?
those?
Yeah.
Luckily, our
It's
name is
$800 million.
Luckily, our name's unique enough where you just like slap Sick Mystic on everything.
Cool.
Not
That's right.
Sick
Yeah, it's
Mystic
amazing.
1 or anything.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do.
Yeah, so Sick Mystic, Instagram, Sick Mystic Music on Facebook, sickmystic.com.
And YouTube?
If you YouTube,
Sick Mystic.
just look up Sick Mystic. We're not big enough where they'll give us our own personal website
Oh yeah,
address yet.
you need 1,000. No, 100.
You need something.
Yeah.
We don't have it for them.
Yeah.
So
You guys
fuck
pretty
'em
involved
anyways.
with your following, with your fans?
Yeah.
Who does the social media?
We
Robert?
both do.
Yeah.
Uh.
I did it for the first
First fiance helps.
for the first year and a half I did, and then now these two are on board, and my girlfriend, fiance, whatever.
I mean, there's a definite line.
Should we cut that out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's awesome. We,
Edit that out.
No, they just got like engaged, right? So
She's gonna be so flattered. Like,
Yeah.
could you just call me your girlfriend, fiance, whatever.
no matter what she's called today,
that's her
on
name.
December 15th, she'll be something else entirely. So, yeah.
Well, I just want to say again, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, you guys
This
are
was a
amazing.
genuine pleasure. I had the time of my life. Like I said, I want
You
to.
guys don't know,
tearing down
he's
the walls.
butt naked right now. You know,
I am naked. I'm hard, and I'm
can't stop
sweating
staring.
for some
he
reason. It
had
doesn't
clothes. Yeah.
No, you guys are great musicians.
Yes. Thank you.
Seriously.
What you guys
Tight.
think about it? What would you say about the style?
I
Dude,
mean,
I hear a lot of Alice in Chains.
Yeah, Soundgarden. I hear a lot of Soundgarden and Kim
You should.
Title's playing.
Yeah.
should hear
Your
this.
bass, the drums. You guys are just
Vocally,
everything.
man, you're solid.
Yeah, you
Thank you.
got
Yeah.
Chris Cornell in there.
And as soon as the shirt came off, I knew you guys were legit.
And you had the headphones
He
on
only
the whole
did it
time,
'cause
so
you
you
had cock in
actually
hand.
heard what was going
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but feeling it in there was something else.
Yeah,
It was
oh
something
my
else,
God.
guys.
Dope.
Well, I was
Good.
feeling it in here, but you see, because you guys weren't in here, I felt more comfortable feeling it.
Oh, gotcha.
And what the
Yeah.
listeners don't
He was
know is
just like,
Emo is completely naked too.
Always.
All of us are naked.
Yeah.
I don't know how this
I'm wearing
happened. I
pants.
don't remember taking my pants off.
It was the vodka.
That's what happens at our show. Is like, you know, everyone has their clothes on, and then by the end of the set, they're all gone, and nobody even knows how it happened.
We have a lot
kinda
of
show,
really
though.
old women coming to our shows.
Nice.
It's awesome,
Perfect.
guys.
Just
Come
what I'm
on
looking
down.
for. Emo, if I want to record an album with no pants on, just where do I go?
Where would you do it?
It would be at the Pantsless.
Are you asking where we record our album?
No.
You would go to Granite Records here in Santa Ana. Just go to graniterecords.com.
Fantastic. And Hazim, if I want to listen to a podcast with no pants on, where should I go?
Grand Radio on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and YouTube. And other ones now. They've picked us up.
Fantastic. Sick Mystic, once again, good Lord, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
I want to do one more thing, new thing. Do you guys, is there a shout out you want to give out to anyone or anything, any kind of influence you've had?
Steve.
Any influence? Like,
Just who do you want to thank?
thank you, Lane Staley.
Yeah.
Love
Steve,
that.
Steve Koala, our manager. This guy's helped us out a lot.
Steve
Nice.
Gawala is he's a local Santa Ana or North Tustin resident.
really?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's on the
really.
website.
Nick Reese, Joyce Wolf. Thank you guys for being supportive and awesome. Thank you, Ozzy Osbourne.
My mom.
Thank you,
My
Mother.
mom, yeah.
Thanks Maynard, for being an asshole.
Yeah. Thanks, Maynard.
Thank you, all of
Talking
you
about
very emotionally distressed men that wrote music and I
Yeah.
liked. So thank you so much. I mean,
And Ethan's
shit.
bald head.
Yeah.
Love it.
Gotta love it.
And my bald head, and yeah. Shout out to Juliana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for making a baby for me. And, yeah.
From what I understand, that's a two-person activity. At least.
It does take
You
two.
didn't do much.
You know,
though.
we got an Italian woman and an Irish man, and magically we made a baby. So yeah.
Cool
it was,
combo though.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Labradoodle.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for us here at Granite Radio. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.